Now we check this time. Last time I did make it live, and I don't know where it disappeared. Yes. Oh, yes, we are live.
Thank goodness we're alive, huh?
Recording. Okay, here we are. Recording and we are live. Last episode, I don't know where it disappeared. It was live and it did not appear in the feed. So today we begin. This is your topic. I just put learning, a extra word I put is the learning. Just a minute. There's a reference.
I think it's an important topic to talk about.
There was resonance of the fan. Oh, namaste, Kalinath ji. Today she's looking both not.
Yes. Well, all I'm going to talk about are what I've
So
experienced.
I just put listen to your because in India talking about divorce, you can talk about marriage very openly. It's fine, but talking about divorce is in a way is missing in the Indian mind. Nobody wants to think about it. As usual, it's not the case. It's exceptional cases, particularly in Hindu religion, which is monogamous. So people usually thinking mindset is with one, and now with exceptional cases, if you go back in the history, like 50 years back or 100 years back, and now with the modern culture, nuclear family, individualism, self-identity, this kind of vision coming up in this and the late marriage. Late more age you marry, less there is a chance of compromise because habits are set. So to change and adjust is difficult. More aging process, like after the aging process. So marriages happening in childhood is the best. Then they both all are fully flexible to learn. So a relationship, early relationship is deeper because both are flexible to adjust with each other. So these are the cases in India. The Indian point of view, divorce is not such a topic to discuss about it. But in all the cases, you must try to adjust, readjust, and again adjust. No, like this. And exceptionally now, people are divorcing, and people in India they can also go to sannyas, divorce the whole system. Sannyas.
What's that?
Sannyas is monk, becoming a monk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's also a so. Yeah, divorce is not considered. Indian Indian mind is recycling mind, kind of like it's not seeing something is wastage, not useful,
Mm-hmm.
or cannot be reformatted or cannot be changed. So in that way, and also, yeah, it's not that in ancient India you won't find cases, and with the exception like with kings, with people who have resources, they have a lot of wives and marriages, and they have excuses. But normally, no.
You mean kings in, are you talking kings in India? Are there kings in
Yeah,
India?
the rich people, the king, influential people, they have a different law to follow. But normally speaking, people, middle class or upper middle class in this way, very rarely is a divorce case. Now
So
it's
kings,
increasing with modern culture, with modern thinking, it's increasing.
so kings create their own rules then
Mm,
because they have abundance.
mm. So my point was here, if I put learning with marriage and divorce, and even if it is not a divorce, you can see the breakups because nowadays live-in relationship coming up in India. Younger generation is opting for a live-in relationship, like without marriage, and then they are not committed so much as if marriage, so they are trying. So in that cases, you can see each live-in relationship as a marriage and divorce. Not so strong. And if you put learning, then learning with marriage and divorce, then it's a different phenomenon.
Mm-hmm. Do
No,
that.
like you have two choices. Either you collapse, finish, or you learn. I was watching a reel from a Jewish point of view about marriage. So, in the reel, no, this rabbi, big beard, and he was saying marriage is also an economic decision. And
Do that.
and say if you're a woman, if you get a good woman, she will collect and she will add up to your resources. And if you will don't, then she will scatter all you what you have earned. So be choiceful. It should be a very wise economic decision too. So marriage has can be a lot of reasons behind. In India, it's considered as if like a soulmate phenomena that you will be dying and being born again, meeting again, dying again, and again meeting, like this way of relationship, like beyond one life, before and after. In that way, also it is seen the marriage, seven
Don't you think,
lives,
don't you
bondage.
think, don't you think karma plays a part in all of this too?
Ah, well, Indian point of view, it's all karma.
Yeah,
Say Indian
that.
point of view, you say it's a karma for yes, for birth, marriage, death, and also your house, home, where you will live, who will be your neighbors, what kind of atmosphere you will live. So they say
Everything.
this is all basically these four are karmas or destiny already made.
Well, I have a belief, or not a belief, but what I've experienced, I'll put it like that, is that a lot of times there's a generational pattern in the family.
Mhm.
And by breaking that pattern, you've released that generational karma that has come through the bloodline. At least that's
Yeah,
what I've observed.
yeah, that's a good thing to see for yourself. If in your generation has a history of divorce like this, or any patterns which is running in the family, it's likely to be repeated. In India, before marriage, they will inquire that how is the family? If anyone has got divorced or married somewhere, some kind of problem happened, then it's likely to be repeated.
But see, in my family, that hadn't happened. But I feel by me getting a divorce, It's
But
what I've
you
observed.
deviated. You are a divergent.
Yes, I broke the pattern of women being submissive and dominated by husbands
Mm.
because
Yeah.
because that's pretty predominant where
Mm.
women get married, they start having children, so they can't work full time like me with 4 children.
Mm.
And then the man makes the money and then he has the power and he
Mm.
controls it.
Mm.
But the biggest thing that I've learned, and it was when I went to Canada, I walked in the door in Canada when I went to my classes with my yogi there, Marilyn Rossner. And I, when I walked in, I immediately caught this man's eyes and there was a magnetic pull. And I
Mm.
just went, wow, what is this? And his name was Kevin Ryerson. He was on a TV show with Out on a Limb, a psychic. Anyway, so I went, I just went ahead and went to my room, whatever. And then I had a class with him. And when I was in the class, he was acting really giddy. I mean, kind of like a teenager. And he was saying things like, and I could feel the connection. And he was saying, okay, I'm going to leave my phone number at the desk. If anybody wants to talk to me, go ahead and get my phone number and give me a call and we'll meet. Well, I knew that was directed towards me. And so I went up to my room and I meditated and I said, what is going on here? And what I was shown is when you have an unfinished past life with someone, like, and that was showing he was killed in Ireland in a war and we were to be married. And because that bond was never connected, this lifetime I was pulled towards him. And but he was married and I don't do that. So they showed me to take a gold scissors and cut the cord. So I did. I visually took a gold scissors and cut the cord that we had from a past life. And so what I've realized is a lot of people that have multiple marriages, it's from past lives that weren't finished or came to any conclusion, and they kind of
Yeah,
jump
you are
into them.
true. I can also back up with my insight about the phenomena. If you are inclined, like it depends upon the time, like according to my past life, seeing the past life connections, you will meet everybody which you have met in the past in any way, and you are meeting them. So this is not the point. Point is coming with time. No, like if you hurry up for enlightenment, if you hurry up for transformation and intensify the energy, if you will intensify the energy, the time will start to squeeze for you, and you will be learning faster in less time. Your learning will be faster. So you don't have to repeat a pattern 20 years to learn from it.
Right.
You can learn it in 2 days, in 2 years, or 2 minutes, depending upon your intelligence, to see that pattern which you want to break out or to live. It's your choice, both.
Right.
If you make to break the pattern, that's the monk path. Like it keeps on cutting.
Say that
It
again.
doesn't, it's a monk path. Monk.
Monk.
Yeah, monk. Sannyas. You don't understand monk?
Yeah, yeah,
Monk.
I know what you're saying, but how does that pertain?
Yeah,
Okay.
path of the monk is like he's cutting off all the relationships one by one and directing all energy to the divine, to his deity. So they are using this technique, and in India also we have techniques: cut the root, cut this, cut. No, yeah. Somebody using
Oh,
scissors, somebody knife, somebody this, somebody cut. So
I
you
use it
can
all the time.
also go for this. Keep on cutting. Otherwise, if you will not intensify the energy, you will be slowly flowing. Like one person you meet today, you build up again, then after 5 lives or after 10 lives, like infinite time, you will be flowing. In case something happen in your life, you meet some enlightened person or somehow some spark. of enlightenment and your intelligence is sparked once. And oh, what is this? No, you become doubtful about. And the same phenomena, same pattern, you become doubtful. And then you decided, no, this I want, this I don't want. You started making choices, conscious choices. Intelligence is waking up. So if you will intensify for the truth to know exactly, I want to live truthful life. I want to be true to you myself. So if you will intensify, then the same time will start to bump. Like you will start meeting people faster and finishing the karma faster. So you can finish the karma in 2 days, 2 minutes, 2 years, or 2 lives, or 2,000 years, or 2 million years. So here, consciousness is playing the role. What's happening in your life, kind of a lot of people meeting and separating happening frequently. Then you are intensifying yourself for the truth.
Don't you think that becoming a healer and doing what we do, that we are releasing karma for everyone that we've worked with?
Oh, we are accumulating our karma and releasing them.
Yes. Yeah, yay, yay, yay.
Accumulating karma for ourselves, a tendency to release other is our libido. So you are creating a libido, a desire to live, intensifying with the act to heal somebody. So, and cutting their karmas, cutting these things, connections, or completing their transactions. So they are redeeming, and you are getting a karma. This will pay. You will have to reap the fruit of it.
Yes.
The fruit of it. And fruit of it is not bad. It's good, but you will have to reap the good fruit.
Then you share it, because the whole idea is
whatsoever you share or eat all, but you must reap it. That's the karma. You can't escape from heaven. You can't go to hell. So you can't escape from heaven, and you can't escape from good return, because it's a good act.
Don't you think there's different vibrational frequencies in the spirit world depending on where you're at? I've always kind of felt that whatever you're vibrating at here is where you vibrate when you transition.
All different, completely
isn't it
different.
all frequency though?
I mean, look, this body, we are possessing this body, no?
Yeah.
With mass, it's a completely different. And the divine body we possess, it's a completely different.
Right.
No, completely different. So the vibration keeps on changing and our forms keeps on changing.
You mean in the physical world?
In physical world, also in another world, in psychic world, even if you go, the body, your body, if you will start to die, suppose you are dying.
Right.
So dying means what? First, earth element separated.
Right.
Then water element separated. Then fire element separated. Then air element separated. And then remain akasha, the ether, the last one. So all your soul, and soul is beyond this ether. Beyond that. So it has to go with its intensity, high intensity of energy, with a wormhole, with a one dot point, micro dot point. It has to go, becoming subtler than ether, enter into the another dimension. We call it the divine dimensions, beyond ether. But our experiences to our own intelligence and mind, which howsoever spiritual experience it is limited to our intelligence and the mind. We start to
Right.
sense through the mind. So anything, any form sensing, its mind will sense
Right.
to our experience in this world, what we are talking about. But the experience is the entity which we are experiencing, it's beyond ether, but we are experiencing it into the ether and air through our mind and going through emotional experiences of divine, beautiful, loving, ecstatic, whatsoever we call it, the experience itself. But what is our perception is limited. No? What we can talk about to our own essence. We can only sense the ether with our mind, with our whole mind. If we want to sense, subtler we sense air, the touch,
Mhm.
to the sense organ of touch. And air, subtler than air, is the ether. And that we can sense in complete silence. It's a death silence. Like if you are dead, you can sense the ether, non-disturbed at all. Air has turbulence still. So that death presence of ether, nothing, and the soul is coming beyond that. Our limit is to ether.
Not for our soul, just for
No
what our
limit to
senses are.
sense.
Yeah.
Sense is beyond ether. Soul is beyond ether. And according to our law of Bhagavad Gita or Lord Krishna, it doesn't follow the law of physics of cause and effect. The soul, which is beyond ether. It's not following. So you cannot apply this law. I did this, so I this result, so law of conservation of energy. So many laws there in world we are living. So many laws of karma. If you do this, it will return back to you. The karma will return back to you. All this law we are bounded. But the soul which follows, it's not bounded at all by any law which is governing this jivas, this world, this entity which we are experiencing. All the animals and plants and all this kingdom. This has two different laws.
Okay, but there can be like ghosts or lost souls that get caught interdimensionally.
Pardon?
They there can be, I call them lost souls, or a lot of people call them
There
ghosts.
can be
They
lots
get
of
caught.
souls. The labels of being is you can categorize a lot. Three
Well,
categories, four categories, 10 categories, as much you want to. But in India, we basically categorize in Gita, which we study, we categorize in two ways, devas and asuras. They divine souls and not divine. We call it asuras. So this two division is so either you will developing divine qualities like patience, forgiveness, this kind of higher quality, and just opposite, the one another person will knowingly will not develop this quality and develop just opposite quality.
I I, I want to intercede with something. So I look at my first husband that took me to places in myself. I felt when I look at him now, I thought, how important was he on this planet to put me through what he put me through so that I could grow? And he was just as important as I am because he helped me grow and realize what I wanted and what I didn't want. So I kind of look at it that everybody has a major important role, that nobody's really better than anyone because we come here to help each other evolve and grow.
It's all
So,
depending on Jenny, it's all depending on your philosophy. So if you believe that we all here to learn and grow, if you're believing in like this, so you are setting up your perception. So whatever is happening in your life, you are learning and growing. If it is marriage, you are learning. If it is divorce, you are learning. But it's not marriage or divorce. It's anything happening in your life. If your philosophy is that we are here to learn, share, and grow. This is your basic philosophy, which is directing the mind towards the perception and experience.
Well,
So
in
if
my
you see it like
philosophy,
this, then all you are learning in marriage and you are also learning in divorce.
but
Both ways.
my philosophy now, I mean, I've just observed it. I've observed my past. It's to be happy. Because if we're happy, we're resonating and in a loving energy, loving ourselves. We're resonating at a very
So the philosophy now is I can be happy without doing anything with myself.
exactly, exactly.
So if I can be happy without doing anything in myself, that means I'm independent.
Mhm.
That means when I'm coming out of my operating center is fully satisfied within myself. So I'm not demanding anything in relationship from if I'm relating outside. The moment you are not demanding, other person is not closing himself,
Exactly.
opening itself, because you are not demanding. The other person sensing, oh, you are demanding, means I will lose something. Now he will take away something. The person closes. So if you are not demanding, so other person is not afraid because you are not there something to take some. Person is not
Exactly.
feeling that you are there to, but feeling to give. You are already have a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
no philosophy change. Very nice. Nice to know.
Yeah. That calls for another cup of coffee. Just a second.
Kalinath will speak something.
Yeah, also I have nothing planned because it comes so accidentally. Just yeah, why not?
Me and Jenny like this. We just decide on the moment what next. So let's talk like this. So our decision is very spontaneous.
Okay, it's interesting.
No.
Interesting topic. But yeah, I just saw this invitation right now, and then I thought, okay, it's now. Okay, I click on because I went to the doctor today. I'm free, and just I didn't know what topic. And I saw it later. Yeah, but good.
You are suffering with some sickness.
No, not really.
No, no. Just normal checkup. Yes, Jenny. So it's
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. I just put learning, no? Because if you will discuss the ethical background of marriage and divorce, we can't reach anywhere. Because this ethics changing in religion, changing in countries,
Yeah.
changing with time, whether one marriage is good or 10 marriages is good or 4 or 5, they are just nothing truth there. It's just
Mm-hmm.
demand of the society and adjustment with administration and sharing resources, bringing a social equilibrium or some kind of peacefulness so that people live peacefully. It has nothing to do with truth, whether one person should marry 1 or 100. It's an ethical question. Our question here is concerning which is people who are working with consciousness. That
Yeah.
means they are aware who they are, working with consciousness, what they can become, what is their possibility, what is the truth, what is their function, what is meaning and purpose. Like this kind of people, looking deeply into the life behind simple phenomena. They are looking, observing deep principles of
Mm-hmm.
life and learning deeply with their intelligence. And they have a spark of intelligence, like enlightenment. They have seen some truth. They have experienced something beyond. For them, yes, until you are enlightened, your philosophy remains the same. Keep on learning, keep on learning, and keep on learning regardless to any situation. In that situation, every meeting with the friend, like also in a way, used also in a tantric way, or Bhairav tantras, like like meeting someone, there is a chance to be enlightened when you meet someone. Because, I mean, as a technical practice, it is that for if you see somebody which you have loved very much, and suddenly the person appearing, for a while you are in a no mind space. Your mind stops. The first glimpse, or you meet somebody, or suppose somebody coming to your suppose your sister suddenly appearing to your house. The moment you see first time, your mind stops.
Mhm.
No? That is a pure consciousness. So in that way, from consciousness and then processing, you enter into your mind, in your ego, and coming to your body, and you follow a pattern from consciousness till the body whenever you meet any new person. And after that, you may forget, because all if you live long, you may become forget about it, unconscious. But in the beginning, from consciousness till body, all pattern is reflected. So if you are aware, with every new person you are meeting, or every person you are meeting, you can see your whole pattern from consciousness till the body. The ego formation, the intelligence, the ego formation, the mind processing, the endocrine system, and the impact over the body. A process is triggered. And when you depart, again the same process is triggered. From body, it will go to the consciousness.
Mhm.
If a process is complete, you have learned. The person has reflected a very unique way how you can look at yourself. A unique perspective, no? A point of view. And it is giving you a chance to see yourself, your whole genesis formation from consciousness till body and body till consciousness. If we learn this, we have no karma after that. Because you will have no complaint. If you can journey, then you say, yeah, that person has very important role to play in my life. It gave
Mhm.
me the insight that changed my whole life. You did the journey from consciousness to body and body back to consciousness. Learning is completed, circle completed, no karmas, no more meeting in the future.
But we can come back as anything we want then if we achieve that, right?
You will come back with a desire. You need a desire, a libido to come back.
You're right.
A libido is needed.
A what?
Libido, a desire to live.
Yeah.
Like same karma is happening. This man wanted to meet you. You feel attracted because you were attracted before, and for some reason you could not meet. So a desire in you and him is still burning. The moment you saw the spark and you wanted to come together.
Mhm.
But the pattern will be the same. Learning will be the same. Same pattern in the past, you wanted to come together, you could not. Same pattern you again bring to learn. You wanted to come together, you could not. What to do? You
Okay,
need
we cut all of that.
both ways. Both ways. You
I
cut it,
know.
or you could have taken a risk and lived with this man. Both ways.
Yeah. Well, I feel the journey is about yourself.
So
Growth.
you can choose the path both ways. You choose to cut it.
Yeah. I mean, I think the journey is about, well, this is how I feel.
But this is the learning. This is what you needed to learn. You could have learned
Yeah.
thousands of years before. The
Yes.
same thing.
Sure. Do that.
But that time you did not. So this time you learned.
Mhm.
So what I found that past the scenes are being presented to you exactly same way.
Probably, yeah.
If you did not learn, just face changing, little bit here changing, no dress changing, light changing, drama, but theme is the same. The direction is the same.
You
The
know,
dialogues even almost similar. The
probably.
gestures are the same. Body language is the same. Even the body has changed. Face has changed. The body language is the same.
I still go back to the fact that emotion creates reaction. So release emotion to understanding, because when we get emotionally attached to something, it's a need. And when we need that and we don't get it, we're not happy. Correct?
Mhm.
So if we can come into our total self and supply all our needs, not to say we can't have a partner, and but I think people should be equally paired. I think that is a lot of the problem that I've observed, is that if people come together and they aren't equally paired, one seems to dominate and one seems to be the submissive, or it goes back and forth, the control, and one becomes a victim, and it goes back and forth. So the whole
See,
journey is about finding
if
yourself and
you
releasing.
if you take an spiritual outlook and
Pardon me?
come to, if we take a divine or a spiritual outlook of the whole thing, seeing it
Yeah.
in a spiritual dimension, the purpose of creation, like going in religious way, then you can say that there is only one purpose: to learn love, to recognize love in a different shades and different shapes, different colors. But what we are basically learning is love. With,
Absolutely.
with in and this opportunity is being created in varieties of ways with different characters. Interesting thing is in marriage and divorce phenomena, you can keep on marrying and divorcing the same person over and over again.
Patterns.
Usually, yeah, that's the only the marriage and divorce becomes purposeless, and that Indian psychologists, we call it manishis and rishis, they saw it that a divorce is will bring nothing good in life if you are repeating, if you are marrying the same person. And that's what happening. So divorce doesn't work. If like you, is this just the person face will change a little bit, body size will change. But if you will go deeper into character, is the same character. You are marrying again. If you have learned, your choices will be different. So here is the crux. They saw that there is a less possibility that all the people in the society will follow the path of enlightenment. And that is intensely in one
Say
life.
that again.
It is almost impossibility to think in a way, utopia, that all citizens are yearning for enlightenment and taking the purpose of life to learn, love, and explore in this way.
That's true.
No, so it's very rare that one in a million people coming out and started to think like this. That is there a learning? If am I repeating? Am I marrying the same? Am I dating the same person over and over again? And I'm thinking I'm dating 10 people, but actually I'm dating the same person. So this is a very unconscious act. If it is given freedom of choices to unconscious mind, it will keep on repeating its mistake over and over again.
So, you know, what I've observed too is if you listen to your intuition, most people aren't conscious and connected to that. For some people, and I don't want to make a generalization, but I have noticed now that when I meet people, I have an intuitive feeling about it, you know, and I listen to it. Does that feel right? Does that feel not right for me? So I think that plays a big part too, is you need to
Well,
listen to yourself.
at the path of enlightenment and cultivating and nurturing divine qualities, we can make choices whatever we want, because this is fundamental axiom beginning here, that the freedom and absolute freedom is your nature. Freedom and absolute freedom is your intrinsic nature. Other nature we have adopted by learning, by thinking, by hypnosis, by repeating, by so many ways,
Yeah.
on the mind and ego. But this is your intrinsic nature, the freedom. Only thing is, you should take the responsibility of choice.
Yes.
Whether you are marrying or whether you are divorcing, in both the ways, you are making a choice. If you are making a choice, take the responsibility of it. You will be learning both ways. And whether you are marrying or whether you are divorcing, if you are not taking responsibility of it, it's useless to do anything. Marry 10 times or divorce 100 times. It doesn't make
But
any sense.
it has also something to do the ability of being or to accept of being together or of being alone, because mostly those who are together, they wish to be alone, and those who are alone, they wish to be together, and then it gets in conflict.
We should have capability to be alone and together both ways.
Yeah, and that's
That's what
also the divorce and marriage. Yeah,
that's what
both
Jenny was
is
saying.
good
That's
and
what
both is
Jenny
a
was
way.
saying. That if she's happy, if you're happy with yourself as you are, you are not needy, you are not functioning out of your need. And even if you're functioning out of your need will be sharing your joy.
Hmm.
So you have a lot of money, you need someone to invite for dinner. That kind of need you will have.
That's powerful with your children too. You
Hmm?
know, as a mother, we, you know, we try to give our children everything they want. And through the years, I've realized that by honoring them, by allowing them their process, and just being whole within yourself is a good reflection.
We are talking
Not
about adult, yeah, marriage and divorce. We can prepare. We
there
can.
I go. You know,
Well,
spirit leads me. What can I say?
we can think about children, how he will behave in this marriage and divorce. But
Oh,
here we are mostly concerned the adults which are started making choices and start thinking about marriage and divorce, living relationship, experimenting with opposite sex, dating, making choices. In that, a topic that what a society could be, monogamous or polygamous, two ways. No? So if person is unconscious, and less chance that person will learn after divorce, and not choose the same woman or same man in a different form and get caught into the same drama. Means person consciously not trying to wake up, but keep on repeating. So we call it a tamas kind of ignorance patterns. So in that case, in like a vicious circle of
No, that word you use, what is
ignorance pattern, ignorant pattern, like out of ignorance. We call it ignorance. Ignorance.
Okay, ignorance.
So these people, we call it ignorant people. They are not aware. They are consciously not trying to know who I am, or self-discovery or self-realization. If people are not like this, monogamy is the best. Otherwise, it will be just chaos. If people taking responsibility, individuality, want to explore, want to do something, they can break the pattern. If you're taking the consciousness, you have taken already the most responsible job to know your truth. In order to do so, all choices is your responsibility.
Bingo.
All choices is your responsibility. Then you decide, because we have seen in the history, conscious people making choices, breaking patterns. Somebody has 2 wives, somebody living fully celibate, somebody 4, or somebody 100. So but these people, when we are reading in the history, they have taken the responsibility of their choices, feel responsible to the whole humanity, feel responsible that my steps may be repeated for centuries. Do anything. If you are taking responsibility, complete responsibility of your act, you are absolutely free by God. No rules apply. Less responsibility you will take, more rules will apply, more ethics will be imposed.
Good analogy.
In that case, I remember Nietzsche very well. He says, if you don't understand your responsibilities, you will be governed. By whom doesn't matter. If you don't understand your responsibility, you will be governed. You will be ruled. You will become like, you won't be. So if you understand your responsibility and making choices and taking the full responsibility, nobody can rule you. Nobody can govern you.
You know, I have a good analogy of that because, it was some movie I was watching, and this young man that came from a really poor family, and then there were kings and castles and stuff. And he said, well, how do you think he became a king? He just took it. He made himself king. I mean, how does a king become a king? They just make themselves the king. So anybody can evolve to anything they want. It's all a choice.
Conscious choice, consciousness.
Yep.
Consciousness has to become one, attached with this choice.
Right.
Not only the mind, analogy, or logical thinking, or just the idea you're picking up from your neighbors, or newspaper, or television. Whatsoever, your consciousness must be attached to it. The act should be your soul.
And that's feeling.
Hmm?
And that is feeling. A soul
Feeling,
feels.
yeah, feeling. It should be not like objective act. It should be not an objective act. It should be very subjective. You should be one with your action. because it's relating. An intimate relationship we are learning in marriage. We are looking the relation in marriage and divorce. It's not a Buddha path, no? Watching, witnessing. No, it's becoming one. The act is oneness here.
Are you talking about marriage?
Both cases, yeah, marriage.
Well, don't you think it's important to keep your separateness and not get, become needy?
Well, if you become objective, it will break. Marriage will break.
What do you mean?
Like
Explain
if you will,
objective.
objective, like you start to see someone as an object without any emotion,
Well, I'm
without
not
any
saying,
feeling, without any
yeah,
feeling.
yeah, I don't say.
Two way we understand each other, no? One way I can understand Jenny, I become completely emotionless and start studying you, observing you. And another way, I become one with Jenny and start feel like Jenny, how Jenny is feeling it. So two ways of understanding. The marriage is not objective way. It's becoming one. You try to become one with the person and feel the other, what other person is feeling.
Oh, yeah. But shouldn't we do that with everyone? I mean, that we meet, not just marriage, just people, you know, of course, I have a tendency to do that.
We are therapists, no? Sometimes we need to be very objective.
Okay, let me give you an example. So I went to do some counseling with a woman at college. And so I went there and I was talking to her and guiding her because I always close my eyes. And I cried through the whole therapy that I was working with her because she was so repressed emotionally that I literally cried for her healing. And when I walked out of there, I had makeup on, I had black streaks going down my face. And I didn't even know it.
I'm acting both the ways. So when I come to energy work, it's become subjective. I feel what the person is feeling.
Yeah.
But when I come to programming, the programs which are running in the head, I'm fully objective. It's just like watching a computer, dealing with a computer. The way computer works, the mind works. So both ways you can be subjective and objective. But in relationship, intimate relationship, it's subjective. Because if you become objective, you will immediately divorce, detach, leave the family, be alone, and start to follow your own journey.
But I truly feel that not every marriage is supposed to be an everlasting marriage. I believe we come in here with so
I
much.
don't know about this, but I can say, yeah, it doesn't work. In objective relationship, it will work only between monk and nun. Monk to monk, nun to nun. They both can be objective to each other. Two monks can be fully objective, observe each other without any emotion, and can become friends.
But in a marriage, don't two people have to choose to be together? If one chooses to be sensitive and connect, and the other one doesn't, it's an
yeah, that's the marriage will go longer. It will go longer.
Yeah.
Because he should be fully opposite. To the point you are fully sensitive, the person should be fully insensitive. Opposite. That was the attraction. That was the pull.
Exactly.
That was the pull. The person will be fully insensitive to the point you are maximum sensitive. So your white will be black, black will be white. Then will be perfect match and complete attraction. Like you cannot be without each other. Because full opposite there. And then you explore this opposite. If you will become objective, you will be fall apart. The divorce will take place. If you observe opposite, if you can create harmony, That's a challenge. But it will be only in a subjective way when you will start to feel how I can sense, how I can feel like her or him, which is complete impossible.
But you can't heal somebody. They have to heal themselves, you know. And I
No, they
think a
just
lot
have to give you permission, only asking. Only, only healing depends on only on your opening.
exactly.
Only on your opening. You are unconditionally open to me or to tree or to river or to stone or to mountain, doesn't matter. To sky or star or moon. The healing is depending on, so healing is only if the person trusts you, you can heal. If person doesn't trust you, you cannot heal. The opening will not be there. So a unconditional opening must be there in the person who wants to be healed.
Right.
You can be healed by river, you can heal by sky,
Yeah.
you can heal by tree, you can heal by mountain. If you are unconditionally open to that point to receive.
But that has always the basic that we are sick or not. Because I had that here where I live, it's such a spiritual community, you know. I mean, I didn't choose it, it came so. And there are so many people together, and somehow they are all healers, yeah. And they come always to me. Now I tell you how I can heal you. And I say to him, sorry, I feel healed. I'm healed. I don't need you, yeah. And then they are like, I take all their proud, yeah. Because they all want to heal each other.
Well, healing is like having massage. Howsoever you are healthy, but I don't like to take massage. But if you can take
Yeah.
massage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say, howsoever like sound healing or chakra healing. I'm very healthy. Okay, you want to balance my chakra, you will make more sound, like melodious sound, some kinds of thing. So healing in a way uh, doesn't matter. I'm
Yeah.
fully healthy, but somebody wants to give me healing, but I should be open, like to touch and things. Otherwise, if body is not touched, you do healing whatever you like. Somebody asked me, I can give you Reiki. I said, give. Who cares?
Mm.
If somebody
What'd you
wants
say?
it to, somebody wants to, was like, I had problem in my knee, someone Reiki healer. I want to give Reiki. I said, give it. No problem. But Kalinath's point is right that to invoke healing, you must first accept that you are sick. But healing is Kalinath, we take it more as in harmony.
Mm-hmm.
Harmony. So, and body, physical body is always sick whatsoever. My body, I never felt it fully healthy. Always here pain, here pain, here pain, there pain. Somewhere, always some problem is there in this body.
Buddy. Yeah.
So I'm always open to have a healing. Keep on healing yourself. Never
But
I
not
find
the kind of psychotherapy and talking. I don't
the
like.
therapy is different phenomenon. Alna.
Yeah.
Therapy and healing is two. Therapy means you actively participating with the therapist.
Mm-hmm.
Healing, you are not participating at all.
Yeah. You surrender.
Yeah, you are fully surrendered, passive, unconditionally open. This therapist or this healer who is improvising, is doing nothing, basically. You trusted him or her as a healer, it's working. Don't trust, not will work.
Right.
True.
That's right. Yeah. I've told people that you are not open for
Don't
this. It's
trust,
wasting
not
my
work.
time.
You trust me, I can do miracle.
Yeah.
I can do miracle. You don't trust me, I do nothing. You can't do anything. It's all trust. Healing
And
is trust.
belief.
Belief and trust. Yeah, belief,
Yeah.
beliefs. So it's all belief system. That's why People like the normal, they say this is all belief medicines. You believe it works, you don't believe it doesn't work.
Yep.
It's not objective. No? Paracetamol, you believe or don't believe, it will go inside and kill that bacteria. But here belief works, so they say it's all belief medicines. Here environment matters, relating matters, trust matters.
I have a quick
Environment.
example of that. I have a quick example of that. When I popped my Achilles tendon playing volleyball at 50, I went to the to the surgeon. He said, "Well, you're going to have surgery. It's 95% ripped." And I said, "No, my body will heal itself." And he thought I was nuts. And he said, "Okay, lady, it's your leg." And I go, "Whatever." So I get done and my leg is fine. I didn't have to get insert for my shoes, nothing. Because I believed that, I created that. But he said that was impossible. So I've always learned in life that nothing's impossible. I
Yeah,
mean,
belief
we believe it,
is
we create it.
psychosomatic system is just belief. What
Yeah.
mind believes, what body takes it as a truth. Body doesn't disobey. Mind believes, body takes it. Mind believes, I'm sick, I'm sick, I'm sick, body sick.
Watch what you say. That's what I teach my
Yeah.
children. I just
So
say
mind and body is a
words.
belief system. An intuitive system is beyond all belief, breaking all the past patterns. You can come up to a completely new idea or a direction in life which nobody has even taken the course. We call it enlightenment. A completely new lifestyle it represents to you, which nobody has ever followed, and you are following it. Intuition. We call it intuition. There is no reason. No? It's so logical to go east, do this, do that, but intuition go west, and where it looks like the life is in danger. So we say in life there are two things. One is bitter in the beginning, but they are sweet as a result. Some are very sweet in the beginning, but very bitter in the result later on. So wise people choose bitter in the beginning, but sweet at the end.
I got to
That's we
remember
call
that.
that.
That's
That
a
is the
good
path.
one.
That
That's
is
a
the
good
path of enlightenment. Bitter in the beginning, too much
Yeah.
work, hassle, meditation technique, so much experiment, frustration,
Oh, yeah.
confusion. Very bitter in the beginning. But as the time will pass and you keep on struggling, it will start to become sweeter and sweeter.
That's like letting fruit ripen. It's bitter at the beginning, but as
Yeah.
it ripens,
So I'm concluding the session. Not that we are discussing about ethics of marriage and divorce. We are discussing about a learning phenomena, a learning process, which is involved in meeting any new person first time in your life and saying goodbye forever. In two cases, you can see from consciousness till body patterns connecting each other as one. This is a chance. And if you will intensify your life, you will have multiple relationships very fast and quick and ending fast because you are intensifying the learning and finishing up the curve. So each person which you have never met will appear. It will be your choice what to do with.
absolutely.
If you're conscious, you will learn faster and get rid of the bondage of expectations and rewards between you both, which we call marriage. A balance between expectations and reward, we call it marriage. When this balance tumbles, divorce takes place. But there is intuition, which is beyond, which doesn't follow the logic of expectation and reverts and calculate and then acts. It acts without any expectation. It takes the result, takes the risk of no result, still you do it. Doesn't have any idea of result. So monogamous is good if people are not taking responsibility of their choices. In India, marriage happens, nobody takes the responsibility of their choices, neither the boy nor the girl. The parents are responsible. Monogamy is very good. Because if you will start to take choices, the divorce will be frequent. If India allows to choose and parents will not interfere and not come in the middle of marriage, there will start to happen divorces, as it's happening in Europe and America. Because choices. In India, no choices, no divorce, monogamy. If you give
But
choices,
if they're not happy and they try and they work at it, do you spend the rest of your life unhappy? Or
yeah,
do you just differentiate yourself?
karma.
Oh, shit.
That's how India balances. So,
Oh, wow. I'm glad I'm in the US.
so see the scenario now. First time we can sitting at one place and we can look at all the culture. Where people taking their parents not interfering at all in the marriage. The risk of divorce and number of divorces are more. Where the youngs who are marrying not taking their responsibility. I'm not responsible for this woman I'm marrying. And the woman saying I'm not responsible, it's my parents deciding for us. And they can live whole life they can live without even thinking of divorce because they did not take the responsibility. That's the crux of the matter. Think about it. There is whole society thing is how people taking responsibility of their choices that builds up the social structure. Whether the country will be slave, independent, developing, underdeveloped, it's all depending on one point. How citizens are informed by the government and how citizens feel, how much they think they're responsible for their choices, if they have any.
I would say that it's not good for the parents to get involved. How are they going to learn if they have someone making their choices for them all
So
the
that's
time?
why I don't want to discuss about social structure. I'm just giving, it's too much nonsense. No, you enter in politics, you enter here, you enter with religion, you interfere with these religious people, their books and their ethics. No nonsense. I'm just saying psychological truth. Observe,
Excuse me.
very nicely observe. If you give freedom to youngsters to choose their partners and marry, take risk of divorce. And if you don't want divorce to happen and monogamy, don't allow them any choices. Marry them together without any. They will never think of divorce. And this is the crux of the psychology. So, be with it, have fun. This we can say learning with marriage and divorce. Where marriage is good, where divorce is good, polygamy is good, monogamy is good. Go to the hell all. But there is a learning, a path of enlightenment opening at the time of marriage and at the time of divorce, provided you have taken the responsibility of your choices.
Bingo.
Do whatever you will learn. So, namaste. See you next time. Some important topics. Thank you, Kalinath, for coming.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Your
Namaste.
your spices is spring